What's up guys, it's Drac, and it's time for the most exciting of the Roblox Blaster launches. This is the Roblox Adopt Me Bees!
Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah!
So on the back, this Roblox Blaster is inspired by the game Adopt Me, which is where you go on a magical island and adopt animals, which sounds a lot like Animal Crossing without the civic duties of local government. But I'm kind of confused as to what sort of magical island you adopt animals on where you also need a gun. But I haven't played it. I haven't played the Roblox game. I'm also not going to play the Roblox game. So I'll go ahead and just review this on its merits as a blaster. Now, I am a huge fan of bees. I also really like hexagonal design. Bees are one of my favorite insects, technically not animals. So when I saw the aesthetic for this, when I saw the hexagonal 8-shot cylinder that also has hexagon molding on it and everything, I thought that was really cool. I think that the hive kind of aesthetic of the blaster itself, where it looks like wood covered in dripping honey, is a little cheesy, specifically Velveeta cheesy. This looks like Velveeta that you left in the sun for too long. However, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take it out of the package. Now, this is a $30 revolver with sling fire action, so it's already weird. It already fits into that pseudo primary category where it's definitely not a primary class blaster. It's not gonna have the performance merits and chops. It's too large to be a secondary, so we're gonna have to evaluate it on the premise of you spent $30 because you really wanted a goofy, oh man, oh boy. It sounds like it's gonna be shooting a little soft. Let's grab the darts out of the package as well. And then of course, for whoever wants it first, this is your Roblox game code. You can pause the video and swipe that at will, but I definitely don't need that. You can enjoy your Adopt Me blaster, whatever you might use it for in corralling the animals on the island. But let's go ahead and load this up. It looks like there's really only one cutout on this one side. You can see that there. This side is pretty solid. This side has a cutout so that you can access the revolver cylinder. And it just sort of further reinforces that this is not a practically designed blaster. This was designed to fit the goofy bee inspiration. Nothing more, nothing less. The fact that they made it lever action makes it kind of novel. It's unusual to combine the lever action prime with a revolver type blaster like this. The main question is going to be with such a thin and squishy, ooh, no, man, they're doing they did this with the ultra cheap Alpha Strike blasters. They're using the very cheap molding with small metal pins and wafers in here as reinforcements to make this as inexpensive as possible. Not like the giant, amount of hollow space in this thing wasn't already very production efficient. This part has been made as thinly and cheaply as possible. So instead of being a full injection molded thing, it's got these kind of lines in it to lighten it and make it easier to pull out of the mold. And the shame there is it means that those lines are gonna dig into your hand when you're using it. But you require a full prime out like this, get this to articulate and then all the way back. The grip isn't bad, it's actually ginormous. It's ginormous to the degree that if you have, Roblox-sized hands, you're not gonna be able to fit your entire hand around here comfortably so that you can grip it and wrap a thumb around. Again, I have relatively large hands, I wear size large gloves, and I can do that, but I think that your average Robloxer is not going to be able to use this as ergonomically. Now, this similarly, kind of in an ergonomic disaster, this is like it could be a foregrip. You could put your hand here, but then if your knuckles are big enough, they're gonna impact the ability to rotate through the cylinder. So realistically, you hold it kind of gently like this, or I guess you could pinch it here. There's no in-strike muzzle, there's no pick rail, there's no in-strike rail, there's no stock attachment. You're sort of locked in to the aesthetic as it is. Now, it's got a nice little pop all the way out, all the way forward, and gives you Wild West bee vibes. So hit them with the stinger, right? Now I'm gonna go ahead and see. Not bad, so you can. It really digs into your hand when you do that. But if you can weather that, you can in fact kind of Terminator chunk this guy. overall, I think that it's definitely an aesthetic choice, right? Like, you have to be into Roblox, you have to be really into bees. This is definitely my favorite of all of the Roblox blasters. I think that it's much better than the pulse laser, which is dramatically overpriced for its performance. I think that it's got a grip that you can actually hold, which already puts it light years above the Shark Blaster or the dueling pistols. I think that, you know, for what has clearly been a NERF integration, where NERF was like, how can we take some of this money? This is probably the best of the bunch. I still don't think it's a great blaster from a performance or a practical kind of aspect. However, I'm just a real sucker for bees, man. Let's take it outside, put it over the chronograph. All right, guys, so we're out here with our apiary. We're gonna go ahead and ratchet it in. 3, 2, 1, pow! Why did that not register? I thought I was being so clever. 78's actually not bad. That's above elite standard performance by 10%. 76, are they creeping up on these, or do I just have a particularly good one? So the 67 aside, that's actually not terrible performance. I wonder what this would do with a half-length conversion. I'll probably never find out, but I'm sure that somebody will. The fact that it has more shots than your average revolver, and if you happen to be into, you know, the old sling fire action, and maybe magazines weren't necessarily your jam, like, this could be a viable option. Its ergonomics needs some work. The stock is cartoonishly small and tight, but at least it doesn't cramp your hand into some sort of a funky thing like the Ultra Blasters do. I mean, you could grip it like this. It's kind of got Evil Dead vibes when you hold it like that. Anyway, overall, I mean, I'm just a sucker for bees, guys. I don't like the Roblox cash grab. I don't know why you need a gun on an island full of animals, but I do think that at, you know, 10% greater effective performance. Now, one shot went straight, and the other shot reminded us that elite darts are, in fact, elite darts. So as long as you're using, you know, mathematically some of the worst ammo around, I bet that if you swap this over to AF Waffles, it would be a pretty slick shooter. It's definitely got more power than your average. Hopefully that's not me like applauding it because I have one that happens to be better. I purchased this one directly at Walmart near my home, so it's here in Atlanta, Georgia. So it's not like it's a review model. It should be a pretty good expectation of what you would get at retail. But you know, if you like bees, I think that this one's worth picking up on sale. If you're a professional NERF consultant and reviewer, then, you know, you have to buy one whenever you see it. But I would definitely pick up one of these on sale. I would love a world where this cylinder was compatible with some of the revolvers that Hasbro's put out, but I doubt it would be. If anybody wants to test that, maybe I'll test it over on Twitch one of these days. Speaking of Twitch, I've been thoroughly enjoying the new Magic set where they cross over with D&D. It might be one of the worst sets for competitive that's ever been released, but it's a pretty fun limited set, and that's my favorite way to play. So you can hang out with me over on twitch.tv/VampireDrac. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know, is this honey worth 30 bucks to you? Much love, blast on, Drac out.